So how did you get to be here, Bev? What's the story behind your journey and your connection with the Crystal Kingdom?
I've been in Shasta since '79.
Wow.
And there was a period in my life where I was going to get my herbal pharmacology license, and the person I was going to be working with had to leave the area, and so I figured, what am I going to do? And so I decided I'd try to be still enough within myself where I could feel the difference between amethyst, rose quartz, citrine, what else? Smoky. Amethyst, citrine. Okay, amethyst, rose quartz, citrine, ametrine. Anyway, they're all the same molecular structure. It's all quartz.
Yes.
And so, if I could get quiet enough within myself to be able to know the difference just by feeling it without seeing it, and I've been worked with stones all my life, but that's when I really started getting seriously about coming into relationship, learning their language, and because even when I was younger, I used to teach deaf mute sign language, even though there was no one in my life that needed it, because it was crazy for me to think that we wouldn't learn to communicate with someone who couldn't hear, instead of insisting that they try to communicate with us. Well, it's the same thing with the crystals. We haven't, we're just now beginning to come into relationship with them as our frequency raises to a point where they can participate with us again. We've
had to reach up. Yeah, right. They've been waiting and waiting. That's right.
And so to be able to communicate with them and recognize each one of them as the living consciousness they are, and to participate with them, it was, for me, it was my responsibility to get still enough within myself to be able to do that. And so that's really, I was working, as I said, on my structural engineering degree when all of this happened. So it has a lot to do with those kind of overlays, and certainly in the minerals, the way they come together and everything is part of it. And I've had a lot of back roads. I think that's how I answered it to you yesterday. But
yes.
Basically, my life brought me into color as a vibration. It brought me and into tone and sound with Steiner's work. And I was a eurythmist for several years, and so that was learning that in my body. I taught personal health and changing lifestyles at a college. Back in the 70s, when prevention wasn't even a thought form, and I needed something where the body would teach the mind, because there's nothing there's not a lot in the Western culture that really helps the body learn, helps the mind learn from the body. And these bowls, because we're water, we're 70% water, we're the absolutely perfect receptive instrument. And we've kind of been like, we've thought of our body as something that we have to keep healthy because we don't want to deteriorate too fast, and it carries our head. But really, we're a universe, more than a universe of molecular consciousness. Certainly the lymphatic system is the Milky Way, and we're just becoming into relationship with who we are vibrationally. Just like when we only had like 6 crayons and we wanted more crayons, we had to cover on top of it. And now you go into a paint store and you see the infinitesimal shades of color that we're asking to live with. Well, as our vibrational frequencies move out of the slower sine waves, we're able to participate in understanding and experience subtleties that we couldn't. And as we continue to move into our co-creative, co-partnership with all that is, these consciousnesses are coming to help us remember who we are, and the expansive, incredible consciousness that we are, as we take on our responsibility to be that co-creative, co-partnership. The bowls are a perfect tool.
They certainly
And
are.
it's obviously my passion.
It is, and it's so wonderful to just be around the energy that you are embodying, you know, and to feel that coming off you, and to be in a room full of crystals that are, they're listening to you and sort of they're in agreement, sending out their own tones on a you know, inaudible level.
They do.
Yeah.
And there's lots of times we'll be in here with a group and they'll actually, somebody will laugh.
Yeah.
And they'll laugh with us. We'll actually hear the bubbles as they laugh. It's really fun.
That's so great. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you, Bev. Thank you so much for all of your help and your understanding, and for allowing us to just share some of this with you.
I'm thrilled for you as you bring the two bowls, the two holographic bowls that you're taking with you on your journey. I'm thrilled for you, and I really know the work that you're doing in relationship to their frequencies also are going to be an amazing part of your journey.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel that very strongly.
Blessings.
Thank you, and to you.
And namaste.
Namaste.